There's been a man that I think a lot of us have looked at and said, hey, that's how it's fucking done for a long time. Not just in the sports world, which he was dominant in 2 of them.
Damn.
Not just talking about like, hey, this guy played multiple professional sports. It's like, hey, this guy was dominant in multiple professional fucking sports. Then he gets into the coaching world, and now all of a sudden, he's the biggest story in college football. Why? Because what he said was going to happen, happened. And now he's wondering, why is everybody so goddamn confused? Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now, Colorado Buffalo's head coach, Coach Prime.
Yeah, Coach!
What's up, man?
Hey, Pat, them shoulders looking good, baby.
Hey, I've been on.
The shoulders looking good, baby.
Hey, listen, I'm making this ESPN debut in a couple days. I'm going to be on in airports and cafes and bakeries, Coach. I'm going to have to, let them know that there's been a little bit of vitamins maybe added to the routine, but also we're cooking, baby. We got some boulders over here.
And thank you for having our back. Don't think I watch everything. Thank you for having our back.
I just want to let you know, no problem. And whenever I gave the response that I was picking the Buffaloes, I said, I believe, and I think the reason why I believe is because literally everything that you've tried to do and committed to, you've succeeded at. And that's not blowing smoke or kissing ass. That's just the real fucking facts of life. You happen to have this it factor. And then whenever I heard you talking to your team, you were standing in the middle of them and you said, do you believe in you? And they all said, yes, sir. It's like, I feel like what you're trying to put on into this locker room that is very new is the right shit. Is that why you were so incredibly confident going into this game? And how did you feel about your team going in? Do you think they were riding right alongside you?
Yeah, I knew. I knew. I didn't have no doubt about that we were going to win that game. I never second guessed, never doubted, never said, hey, we could do it. And I knew if the ball is in Shador's hand at the end, we're going to win. That's my son. I've been with him since he was a baby. I knew what time it was. But, man, we worked our butts off. Everybody else does as well. But the preparation and the passion and intensity that we have, and then you throw in the doubt factor of other people that's something I could tug on with my kids, I could tug on with my team, I could tug on with my coaches. Like, they don't believe us. They think it's a game. They think it's a joke. They think we just flipped the schedule for no reason, just because not the schedule, the roster for no reason, because we just wanted to. They don't believe. So as long as you could give me a thread that I could pull on that heart, oh, my guys ready to hunt. Yeah. They ready to hunt. And we on the road. We in Texas against a team that went to the national championship. Please, that's all we needed. That was like a story that I could unravel slowly but surely, and I loved it.
Well, and everybody else that was like doubting you, they loved it too, because all the hype. This guy's doing something that you're not allowed to do with college football. And I don't know if you heard, but like Coach Lee Corso, he felt like a little bit a certain way about it. A lot of old school college football people did. He said it on the show about how whenever you go in there, you got to treat, the people as stepchildren. And you went in there and say, hey, this is how it's going to be. And then I heard an interview with Joe Klatt. You said like 30 of these kids quit, or 20 of these kids quit, like they're not my people. But then, the conversation on the other side is, this is what college football is now. You're able to do this with the transfer portal and the NIL. So everybody is going to try to do what you did. But nobody's fucking you. That's getting missed in the conversation. They're all like, this is what the future of college football is. It's like, yeah, if you can recruit like Deion Sanders, this is potentially what it is. Why do you think, aside from the obvious that you're prime, why do you think you're able to find the right guys for your program? And how do you think you go about finding the right guys for your program? Because to get this buy-in this quick, you've had to find the right dudes, not just the right players. And you've seemingly done that.
Well, first and foremost, you got to understand, you got to identify the staff. We identified a heck of a staff that's very complimentary and very good, at what they do. They're engaging. They understand the relationships. They understand the reliability, the dependability. They understand how to talk to today's kids. Now, once you get that staff in place, now what we going to look for? Smart, tough, fast, disciplined kids with character. But not only that, kids that love the darn game. I know it's no way to detect love from inside the heart, but it's little things we listen for when we're interviewing these kids. It's a little thing we look for when we're watching these kids. A little thing we look for when they come up and they bring their families. It's little things, little nuggets that, man, they'll tell on themselves if you give them time. And we look for that kind of stuff. That's why we're able to assess these kids ain't for us, but these kids are real quickly. And we're still in that process. So now we just got to find these kids that are like-minded, because you talk about Lee Corso, old school. Baby, I'm old school. I ain't an old fool. I'm old school to the point. I mean, we do stuff kind of militaristic at times. We wear black socks at practice. We don't do this. People would think because the way I stunted on the field, my uniform was out of order. No, I didn't get fined. No uniform fines. No, I just wore it the right way.
Had to.
We're very militaristic and structured in how we do things, because if you allow these kids to get outside the gate on this, they're going to get outside the gate on that. So we know what we want. We identified and we go get it.
Okay, and I think that is something that was missed in your story whenever there was a lot of schools that were hoping for your services. Only one of them, and I saw the embrace with the AD after the game that said, hey, we want you entirely. I think there was a lot of people that didn't expect you to be somebody that holds your team accountable. You know, you're a former player, obviously, and money, hey, everything you've done has been a production, and you've backed up everything you've said, but I think people don't expect that from you. So then whenever you get the right guys in there with the talent, and then you can still coach the way you can coach, that's a recipe for success. Another recipe for success is having a guy that can play, 144, this dude's fucking unbelievable, Prime. Hey man. He's unbelievable at football, Travis Hunter.
This kid, first of all, you got to understand the commonalities that we share. Travis is a kid that really grew up in Florida that moved to Georgia, so he understood, my journey. Travis loves fishing. I love fishing. Travis is pretty much a homebody. I'm pretty much a homebody. Travis is really recluse to a point, like I am as well, when I don't know people and kind of stand offish. But when I'm in the crowd, I turn into him, that dude. Travis is all these things times two, man. Like, this kid here loves the game. Last week I told Travis, look, you're not going to practice until Friday because, you got a little hamstring or whatever. So just chill. I look out there on the field. He's going both ways on Thursday. I said, Travis, did I tell you not to work today? That's who he is. So this week I said, you off until Wednesday. We practiced on Sundays if you didn't play 60% of the snaps, just to get my guys, ready, just to give some young guys some reps as well. Then Monday we're off. Tuesday, scout report day. Wednesday we practice. So I don't want to see him on the field till Wednesday. I don't want to see him because I know what he's going to do, and I got to really keep him strong because I went through this. I did this before. So I identify with who he is and how he is and what he needs to do to continuously be who he is. But this man right here is a dog. You saw on the shirts, we don't have captains, man. I don't believe in that foolishness.
Love it.
I believe in leaders and dogs. Every dog ain't a leader, and every leader ain't a dog. We got some dogs. That kid right there is a darn Rottweiler, man. He don't play. He texts me at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Let's go, baby. Let's go do this. That's the text I got from Travis at 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's go do this, baby.
As I was watching him, Coach, this is literally my first thought. Like, hey, the football gods just said, hey, listen, we need to drop something in here that hasn't been done in like 30, 40 years at a high level and probably never going to be done. We need to drop somebody in here that can maybe be hope for a younger generation that you're allowed to play multiple positions or multiple sports. And it is going to be tough to replicate a Travis Hunter, but maybe there'll be something else. This is different, because normally in a world full of like specialties, like you need to specialize in this, you need to specialize in that, you need to go to a DB specialist in the offseason to work on your back pedal.
Right.
There's not a lot of people that would allow somebody to do both of these things. Now,
they done it. How you gonna take me, Pat? How you gonna take me somewhere that you hadn't been? How you gonna tell me to do something that you hadn't done? I don't get down like that. I identify with the Travis Hunters and the others that's coming to Boulder, Colorado, because they say they want to play both ways. But you got to be great on one side, and that was the idea. Hey, you got to be dominant on one side before I put you on the other side, because now both of us are looking like a fool. So that Travis Hunter, I know what he needs at practice. I know, the study habits, the tips. I know what this guy is thinking and what he's fathoming in his mind. I could look at him on the sideline. Okay, get him out, give him 3 plays. And I know when he's ready to go back. So I've been there and done that. So I could reconcile with Travis and who he is and his want. That Travis don't get full, man. He's always hungry. Like he even in the game, he wanted more. Hey, I'm open right here. Or do this. Hey, man, let me just take him. I got him. Y'all deal with the rest. That's how he gets down. That kid is straight different.
Yeah.
He is different. He's the first rounder. He's the first pick overall when is his opportunity to go in the NFL draft? First pick overall on both sides of the ball.
Are they going to let him do both in the NFL, you think? They let him do both?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, only a fool won't let him do both because he's going to be the best player on either side.
He's awesome. And you looking out for him.
Biggest.
You looking out for him. Yeah, you looking out. Hey, you looking out for him is a big deal, though. Like, hey, you're going to take a G day here on Tuesday, okay? We're not even going to do anything because it's not about how you feel right now, Travis. This is about how you feel 9 weeks from now when we're in some big-time fucking games. Hey, Coach, I listened to you talk to Joel Klatt. I listened to that interview. I enjoyed Joel, and I enjoyed you talking to him. And he said, hey, in my profession, in following college football, we know that 4 more wins or 5 more wins than last season is a massive swing of success for a first-year coach. Only 1 win last year, and you said, I don't want to hear that. Like, I want to go win a national championship now. Like, that is what I want to do. And I obviously know you weren't just talking to Joel there. You're talking to your team there as well. Has that been the standard literally since we get in there? We're winning right now? Go ahead.
The standard is the standard, and the standard don't change. Like, the standard has a location, and it don't change whatsoever. Now, it's up to us to get to that destination. Like, the standard is the standard. I would be a fool to sit up there like, hey, man, I think winning 4 games is great. Please. 4 games for us? Like, come on, man. We don't think like that. We ain't built like that. We don't talk or walk or act like that. We're here to be dominant. We're here to take over this thing and change the whole darn game and be unapologetic about it. That's the way I want my kids to have fun. I want them to do stuff. I don't give a darn if we 21 points up, get the penalty. Do your dance, baby. What I got you. I got you. I mean, like, I love what I do, and I do what I love, and I love these darn kids, man. I want them to go pro. I want them to get the degrees. I want them to be assets to the communities. I want them to be great fathers, great sons. Like, I want so much for these kids. I want them to understand financial literacy. I want so much for these kids, and they love it. And they know I've had my turn, baby. I'm your navigational system. I'm your guy in the corner in the ring. I'm telling you left, right, left, duck. Okay, now the suit round, that's jab. Like that's who I am, my man. Pat, that's what I enjoy every day, and I don't tire in doing it.
Okay, so it sounds like we're going to win a national championship this year.
Hell yeah.
That's what we got a game here now, a couple days away.
Yeah.
How do we feel?
This is one of my favorite books. This is one of my favorite books next to the Bible. You remember this? Everybody remember this?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The little engine that could. You know what he said? I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I would be a fool to ever don't think I can. And I think we can. I really do. And we just, as closer we get up that hill, we're going to say, I know we can. I know we can. I know we can. That's what I heard on the sideline. It wasn't just I believe. They really felt that, and they really believed before we took the field. They really believed. It wasn't a soul on that sideline didn't think we were going to win that game. And I knew darn well, as long as that ball is in the hands of number 2.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
We're going to win that.
Hey,
we're going to win this game.
Let's talk about him. 500 and some yards. I enjoyed in the interview afterwards, he hilarious, by the way. There's like 4 or 5 hilarious lines in there where it's just like one after another. He goes, just HBCU kid, that's the most yards I've ever had. Mm-hmm. He literally, that's like the best game I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, I just killed this team worse than anybody. We all knew that at Jackson State last year, he was phenomenal, unbelievable.
Right.
And then he moves over to Colorado, and there's some sports books, that had him immediately in the Heisman watch. But then a lot of the old school college football people were like, not going to be able to do it, not going to be able to do it. He's your son, though. He's your son. So if you weren't coaching him or playing somewhere else, I think there's a lot of us that would be like, this is Deion Sanders' son. Mm-hmm. We should at least show a little bit of respect that he's been there, done that his whole life. He's got a chance to learn it all. What do you see in Shedeur that makes you think like, hey, this guy is going to be a dude forever? And also, why is he so fucking good? He was clinical, bro. He threw one ball out of bounds, and then he dropped one in a bucket. He's clinical. He's clinical.
He's been checking off and calling his own plays and changing plays at the line since he was 6 years old. Like Shedeur, the first thing I taught him was defenses, and he played both ways and strong safety as well. So he understands defenses and the movement, and he understands when the blitz is coming. Like he understands. He's rock steady. He's right there on the line. Never gets too high, never gets too low. He's rock steady. He's not going to be flustered. He's going to maintain himself, and he'd rather throw the ball than run the ball. and he don't give a darn who it is. As long as you open, he's gonna give you opportunity. 4 guys go over 100 yards the first time in history. It is unbelievable. But this kid loves the game. He studies the game. He prepares the game, and he has a chip on his shoulder. Let me give you some history on this, and you're gonna love this. I don't think I've given anybody this yet. The reason he was so intense and just so relaxed and ready, not only did he study, but when we went to a camp of a certain school, and this certain coordinator we just played against, he's an offensive coordinator. He was at that school, and we went to this school of camp, and he didn't pay him no attention. Oh, yeah. I don't even think he barely spoke to him. Oh. He just pushed him off to the side, and I went and told somebody, I say, hey, man, that ain't the way to treat him. Now, that's not right. That's not right. And he remembered that. And he told me probably 20 minutes after the little situation happened, he said, Dad, we'll never come back here again.
Okay. All right. Good. And
we'll never come back here again.
And we remember this. Mm-hmm. And we go 5-10 or something.
Damn.
Yeah, he said we will never come back here again. And because of the way that coach treated him. That's why I tell my guys, you be careful on these visits because these kids watch everything, and be careful how you treat them because you never know what they're going to come up to be. And he dissected, and he wanted to beat that guy so bad that he just went to work.
So chip on the shoulder is something that all the greats have, like all of them. Mm-hmm. You know, that is, we saw it in the documentary with Michael Jordan. It was the greatest display of it, where Utah Jazz coach comes in and goes, Mr. Jordan, I love you. I'm a big fan. Good luck tomorrow. And Michael goes, that's all I needed. That is all I needed. He has, you think we're talking rare, huh? We're talking rare with Shedeur, your son? No.
This kid is a bona fide winner. I don't think Shedeur has lost over 10 games in his whole life since he was there and 6 years old. I don't think it's not even double digits. It's probably 6 games that he's lost in his life. So the kid is a winner. He's a bona fide leader, and he knows the game, man, and he loves football. Now, you come to the Pac-12 where it's quarterback happy and quarterback friendly, and everybody's ranking these guys, and they just forgetting him. He loves it. He's all right. Okay. All right. Watch this. That's how he thinks.
Well, it's going to change, I think, pretty quickly. You know, a couple weeks here, all of a sudden, I think he's going to be a part of the conversation. And I listened to you say from the 40-yard line down to the end zone, you walk with him. And you said that's the dad moment. And then whenever we're done with that walk, all of a sudden I'm back to coach. What do you tell him in those? What do you tell him there as dad?
We've been doing this for a long time, for years. So when we go down from the 40 to the goal line, I'm dad. You know, I'm making sure he's straight. How's he feel and all that. I'm the father. When we touch that goal line and come back, I'm the coach. Now, this is what I want. Protect the football. You know, see it. No late throws down the middle of the field. Get everybody involved. Keep your line energized. And you know, take care of yourself. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't run. If you're going to run, slide because we need you. Okay? Such like that. Then it always ends with, let them know. I want them to know our last name before we walk off this darn field.
Oh.
And who are you? He said, I'm a Sanders. I said, all right. Let's go show them what we know. And we kiss, and we go. We go to work.
I'd say.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, I'd say you go to work. Yeah, I think that is correct. And then there's another Sanders, too, who just led the team in tackles on the other side. And then you got Dylan Edwards, the running back. I think he's a guy that you coach.
You know, Dylan played for me when he was 4 years old, man. When he was 4 to 6 years old. He played youth football for me.
Yeah, so you got Travis Hunter calls you Pop and Dad. You got who's probably the best player in football right now. Best player in football. And then you got a guy who just had 4 touchdowns as a freshman, outrunning everybody in his first ever game. He's been he's been in there since he was 4 to 6 years old. Then you got Shedeur actually in the family.
Own sons.
His own son.
Pretty good.
It's unbelievable the amount of relationships you have into these wells of greatness seemingly in football. And that's why when they say, this is what everybody's going to do. Everybody's going to do what Deion did now. It's like, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I bet they'll be able to find the right guys to be able to do that type of turnaround that quickly. You know, how do you even get everybody to row in the same direction that quickly?
See, that's the thing. You know what the thing is, man? Grown-ups have a problem with one another. Grown-ups are jealous, envious, just petty, and just foolish. kids get along. You drop your kid off at a nursery or daycare, they're going to come back home that same day with 3 or 4 friends. You drop an adult off at a new job, a new career, a new beginning, he ain't speaking to nobody until he's spoken to. That's just the nature of life. These kids migrate towards one another, man. They can't wait to get to know somebody from Florida, being a California kid, or somebody from Boulder, being a kid from Georgia. They can't wait to click and get together. So grown-ups are the ignorant ones. Kids, they get together all alone. The thing that I'm most proud of, though, out of the whole game, we had 6 penalties, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Only 6 penalties, and those 6 guys going to run tomorrow for that 6 penalties because we're disciplinarians as well. But I loved it, man, because we weren't supposed to be disciplined.
Well, of course not.
We had 3 of them on one darn drive. 3 of them on one drive. But 6 penalties the whole game. I love it. I absolutely love it.
What's the run? What's the punishment?
Gas is up and back. Up and back is 1.
I respect that. Anybody get 2, or was it all 6 different guys?
6 different guys.
Okay.
6 different guys. Yeah, 6 different guys.
Yeah. Well, I would like to see what happens when a guy gets 2 of them. You know, that'll be see what the next step up there is. Well, Coach, good luck this week. We can't wait to continue to watch your story, and let's go, man. Let's go.
Hey, we having a good time doing what we do. We really do, man. And I thank you for the platform. I thank you for the love, because the more you guys talk about it, the more our kids get love and they get the respect and appreciation that they want. And they absolutely love it, man. So keep on doing what you do, and we're going to keep on doing what we do.
Hey, sounds like a deal, bro. Team on 3.
You were clean, too, man. You were clean, too, man. You were clean on Saturday, too, baby.
Hey, you see that?
You look good.
Come on.
You look good. Yeah. You changed it up. You look good.
I had a belt buckle on, too. I felt like a real fucking cowboy out there. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'm looking for a buffalo, too, man. If you run across a buffalo, I'm looking for a buffalo, because I'm going to rock a big belt buckle one of these games.
Oh, you want a buffalo belt buckle?
Buffalo.
Yeah, we can find that. No problem. We'll have one shipped over there. We appreciate the hell out of you, Coach. Have a great week.
God bless you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Take care,
Coach Deion Sanders.
Yeah.